What's people that you could say, okay, this person classic, but I want to be present and have that hunger. It was a hunger that's there in the creating of this album. The music went to another level. Not only was the music powerful, but Ye is a marketing man. He's a marketing genius.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. To maintain longevity in this business, you have to adapt and evolve with the ever-changing times. And today's guest knows how to do that well. He's built a 20-year-plus successful career. On his 10th studio album, Khan pays homage to his hometown. Nobody's Smiling isn't just a collection of dope hip-hop, but it really addresses the ongoing violence in the community he came from. I'm gonna talk to Khan today about how he hopes his art will inspire change in the world. I'm gonna talk about his relationship with longtime producer executive No ID and how he stays connected to hip-hop's new generation. Walk with me, man, it's the truth. Yeah, man, it's the truth, man. I got Khan in here.
Yes,
Khan.
what's up, bro?
What's up, baby? Ain't seen you in a minute.
Bro, Ski, I'm good. How you doing?
I gotta congratulate you, man. We about this longevity thing, man. 10 albums.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro. No ID actually been mentioned in our listening sessions, and I'm like, man, that is something to be happy about and be grateful for. Yeah. But I mean, I will say though, I'm like one of them guys that's like, man, you can only deal with the present, really. Like you
don't draw too much into past nostalgia.
Yeah, that's stuff because. Ultimately, it's people that you could say, okay, this person classic, but I want to be present.
I think the one thing you do that's very brilliant is if you look at your discography, a lot of times artists get caught up in ego to me. Like they've had success and it's like they always want to be their own executive producer and everything. Yeah. You always tend to get with different producers and it's real partnership in each one of your albums. Like why have you always continued to take that approach?
The producers I hook up with, they're
some of the best.
They some of the best. That's what I'm saying. So they some of the best.
Kanye,
so it's like
No ID,
Kanye, No
Pharrell.
ID, Jay Dilla, Pharrell.
Yeah.
The Questlove from the Roots. Like these are people that are masters. I don't even have the right to be like, yo, trying to produce. I'm sitting next to somebody that great on the production side. I'm a believer. Like, man, if you building a house, so I'm gonna go get the best plumber, the best electrician. I'm gonna go get the best interior designer. I'm not gonna try to do it all. I have gotten some of the best music for myself because it's just bonding with the producer and letting them be them.
But speaking of bonding, I mean, this is all about No ID, this collaboration.
Yeah,
and I know he also inspired, you guys are both from the Chi, and obviously heavy in your hearts is what's going on out there. So why did you guys fully decide to make a whole project addressing it? I mean, obviously you can make a song or two, but to go all in and really make it a concept behind it, why did it lead to that?
It came from just a discussion, us talking, and I realized that, man, like the music, we do music. We had an opportunity, 10 albums deep, and he is executive. He produced with Jay and Kanye. We've been having this opportunity. I realized from my conversation, I got to do more to give back. Like I got to give back for real. When it's people in my city that's getting shot up and killed and people ain't got jobs, and I think I ain't really gave back in a way that I've been having my foundation, I've been doing stuff and I go speak to kids. I care about my city, but I ain't gave back like putting new artists on from Chicago or even, like this album is like man, my album, I'm all in. Like I got Lil Herb on it, this girl Dreezy, and then my man Malik Youssef who always did work with me, but even my album covers is like Lil Bibby, King Louie, G Count, Lil Herb. I ain't even on one of the, it's several covers. It's just like a way for me to give back to them, and say, hey man, I'm one with y'all.
You from the moment when you put Can I Borrow a Dollar, you used to talk about your upbringing and experiences you went through and maybe drinking too much and being a knucklehead a little bit at times, you know what I mean? Like those kind of things, like the youth, the craziness of youth. Like it has to be crazy now to be more like what the dudes look at as the OG, dealing with them and connecting to them. What is that exchange like?
I mean, it's more like when I am around like some of the younger artists, I kind of don't even I don't come in like I know everything. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning from them too.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? So I come in more like, okay, and if it's a place where I can get them information, I'm gonna share that information. I feel like it's my duty to help them if I can. And some of that is just talking. So I just approach it, in a real way and be like, man, I don't know everything. And I ain't trying to be your uncle or nothing. I'm just I'm here as a creative partner, and we build a friendship, and it's all good.
What have you taken away from those exchanges? Like, do you have any insight into why you think things have gotten so crazy in that community?
I heard Lil Bibby say that, and I think the truth of it is a lot of people don't feel like they got a future. They don't see nothing else but what's around them.
Yeah.
Like they don't get a chance to see some of the things we see, man. And like without them seeing that, they don't know that it's another world that exists that's better than what you see. Yeah. It's like you growing up in a war zone, you growing up in a place where, you know, everybody around you is functioning in a certain way. How do you get exposed to a new language, a new way to live, you know, if you ain't getting out of that? But most people I saw get out of like their environment and see something else, they aspire to want something else. And even just sometimes, like I've been back on, I went to the Shy and was on the radio with Dreezy, the young rapper from Chicago. She a girl, she dope, right? Yeah. Yep. And people started calling my homies like, man, I feel like I can make it, man. Common sitting up there with Dreezy made them feel like they can connect the dots and get somewhere in their life. And that's what.
See an album cover with her
on
it.
Yeah, you seeing somebody from where you from and it don't seem as far-fetched. I mean, I truly understand that belief because I remember the first time I really believed I could get a Grammy was when I saw the Roots get a Grammy. They was up against, I remember Fat Joe and R. Kelly. They was up against Puff Daddy. I was like, man, I don't know if they gonna win this though.
Yeah, was you?
They brought me on stage. I'm like, man, they did this, I could do this. Yeah. You gotta, you know, get exposed to new things, exposed to other things, and feel like, man, I got something to live for. If you feel like you ain't got nothing to live for, you're gonna be like, you come at me wrong, I'm taking you out.
Yeah, because with your music, you've always had messages to it, and you get labeled with those things like conscious rapper and stuff like that. So people would say, well, I appreciate the sentiment of what Common's doing with this album, but what change is he really trying to make? And I've seen you say, like, you know, you don't have all the answers, but you are here.
I mean, people get it in songs. We get it in songs, whether you hear it. Some people hear it like from Jeezy, or they heard it from Pac, or they heard it from Ye, like just like songs, you know, like you can't tell me nothing. Like I feel like that's the type of music I wanted to create on this. Like as far as wherever walk of life you from, if you from the street, you're gonna be motivated by this. You're gonna be inspired by this. And this album, it ain't even really just all like, okay, this is what's going on in Chicago. Really, all of it, the biggest theme for me is inspiration. Like, man, I can come out of any situation and make it.
Now, I want to talk more about the album when we go inside, but No ID, the big switch. Now you're on Def Jam, another label, man. What's going on, man?
Def Jam? Hey, let me tell you, I'm be real.
They treating you nice in that building, man?
Man, I love it. I love it.
It's raining, man. The clouds coming down.
The thunder is letting you know that we got the boom going right now.
But Def Jam feels right?
Def Jam feel right, man. I haven't had this type of presence with a label. I don't know if ever, because how involved and how in tune they are with hip hop music in general, man. It's Def Jam. Yeah, man, it's good. I'm on Artium Def Jam. Artium is No ID's label.
So what's it like being fully in business with him? Not just producer, artist, but like,
man,
you know, the label itself.
It's funny because it's like certain talks we have.
So you sit behind the desk and stuff. You have to dress a certain way.
Yeah, sometimes after you make a beat, I gotta go sit behind the desk and be like, okay, what we gonna do next with this song?
But everybody was like, well, what's up with you and Kanye with good music and all that? I know you said on the speaking piece, you're like, yeah, he's my man for back in the day, that whoopie-woo. Like, so you don't want to entertain anything. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you guys are still on great terms, right?
Oh, man, that's my family. I was at the wedding, man, that's my brother. Like, you know, like, it ain't.
Nice wedding, Kyle. Nice.
Enjoying the life. But I got to say, like, if me and Ye don't ever make music, that's still my brother, but I'm still good music affiliated. That's my family no matter what. It's just like business-wise, look, I wasn't signed to a label till No ID said, man, why don't you come over here to Def Jam and you know, be on Artium. So, you know, business-wise, it makes sense and it worked. Yeah. So, but Ye is always, you know.
I mean, that period was an exciting period, and a lot of times you caught heat for that too, because a lot of times established artists wouldn't get with other people's movements at the time, and even though you guys had that history, you know, obviously you more a mentor, and he's the young guy. Yeah. But you brought into that process and produced B, which everybody loved. Like that was a bold move at the time. Talk about that and what that good music part of your discography, those two albums mean. Like, what was that point of career?
That was, man, shoot, that was two of the best albums I ever made. Like, you know, and like I grew as an artist working with Ye, and as my name grew, like at the end of the day. But the point is, like he was able to take what I do as an artist and like the purity of what I do and make it more accessible and but kept the soul, yeah, kept it to keep the authenticity of it. So those years was really like they were a big moment in my career because the music went to another level. Common's name grew bigger because not only was the music powerful, but Ye is a marketing man. He's a marketing genius, really, and he was out there promoting that all as well. So it went to the next level. I knew I could learn from Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like I could learn like the same way I said.
The cat you was battling on the radio back then.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was back then. I was like, all right, shorty. But this, you know, at this point, it was like, man, this dude got a lot to offer. I seen what his talents had grew to, and I learned, man. I still be learning from him.
And were you surprised how dedicated he was to you to want to put you in that position? Like it seemed, I guess you might say, okay, it makes sense to do this, but I'm sure once you got with him, you saw his dedication to your work.
Yeah.
That must have impressed you, right?
Nah, yeah, that it felt good to me, like to see that he really he put his heart and soul into my projects. I can remember one time we was like his personality was just more, it is more like I'm gonna let people know I'm here. And I remember one time we was coming out of a restaurant and Al Pacino was standing outside the restaurant, and it was me, Kanye, and our guy Mike Chavez, and Kanye was like, they go Al Pacino, and then he's like, man, I'm about to go let him know. He went, and he walked over.
Gotta let Scarface know,
He
man.
walked over to Al Pacino. Yo, hey man, what's up, Kanye, Common, you know Common Resurrection, and Al Pacino looking like. Yeah.
Should have got 5 mics in the sword.
Yeah.
Error on their part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but anyway, like that whole like energy was what I was able to be a part of, with being on good music.
Yeah. People admire your dedication to music because obviously you made movies now. Like you have a successful career outside of the music. You built your brand. And maintain who you are, but you still always come back to the music. What keeps drawing you back to hip hop?
I gotta say, one thing is, man, I just really love how music make me feel. Like when I listen to it and when I'm creating it, like that's one of the most joyous times of my life, just being when I come up with a dope rap, you know what I'm saying? And music always gave me that from the beginning. And at times, at times it wasn't as interesting for me. But then it just came back, it's like you come back to your first love and the core of who you are. So, I'm grateful because this time I feel like a new artist. Like I'm feeling like that's why I'm saying I ain't living on like the past. There's been some classic albums that I may have or created some songs that may be classic. Man, I'm a new artist. I need new people to know who I am. I need the people that think, oh, Common's just an actor. Some people just think of me as an actor. Some of it's like 16-year-olds. I seen him on this show. I seen this movie or whatever.
So you as a celebrity or something, not an artist.
Not an artist. I want them to know my music.
So was it a long process putting this album together? Like talk about sort of the creation of it. A lot of it was in LA, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was in LA, because No ID has a studio in his basement, which really that's how we almost started in a way. It was like me coming back from filming this television show, Hell on Wheels, and being like, man, let's get on this music. And once we came up with that theme, I was all about the music. I was like, man, I told my team, if it ain't no film project where I'm like playing some great role, don't even bring that, like I'm not.
Don't bring no B-level stuff.
No, don't even think about it. With that being said, from probably I started really working on it. We started really working in late September, early October, and it was a constant. It really came together quick as far as my process, because usually I'd be taking like a week or two, a week and a half to write a song, and now I would just like get the beat, and it could be a drum beat. Like it was certain times, No Idea give me some drums, and I'd be like, oh, hey, I got some flows to this, and he'd be like, damn, because he was surprised, because usually I would want the beat kind of at least 60, 70% there.
Yeah.
But no, we was.
You was just hungry.
I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. Like I feel like a new artist for real. Like in a way that I'm like, I be happy when I hear my song on the radio. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to get to do an interview with you, and like, you know, and when my daughter just told me her homies was geeked up about the album listing because they saw Janae Aiko Instagram, and I'm like, yes, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm doing something, you know, like it just feel good. So.
Talk about the cut with Janae. That's one of the songs I haven't heard, man.
Yeah,
Talk about
yeah.
some of these
Oh,
other
yeah.
cuts to look out forward to from this album.
Yeah, the song is Black Magic. I always try to put a little bit of meaning to something, but it's really just me rhyming. But I'm talking about how we make something out of nothing, and that's what the Black Magic is. You know, we make something out of nothing.
Oh, in terms of our growth and how we build things.
Yeah, how we
people.
build. Yeah, it's people. Yeah, so
with
it's
limited resources.
with limited resources, we create some of the greatest things ever.
And what's the one with Big Sean, Diamonds?
Yeah, Diamonds. Oh man, Diamonds is like, I called it Diamonds because I was thinking about the beat made me feel like you just shining, like you got to shine for what you got today, like, and that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, some people be like, wait till I get mine. I'm like, man, I'm thinking like diamonds are for the day. We shining for what we got right now, like, and you know, almost like a speak it into existence type of thought process, you know.
We have a personal favorite off the album so far?
Man, right now, Diamonds is one of my favorites. Speak My Peace, I like that. Kingdom. And my really probably personal favorite right now is a song called Rewind That. When No ID made the beat, I felt like it made me feel like it was like some Gangstar type, but not sounding old, but just the feeling of it made me feel like that. But anyway, it has this sample in it where it's saying, rewind that one time, please. So I started thinking about this concept about if I could go back in time and change something. Mm-hmm. Well, I came with an idea after talking with No ID, and then he was talking about, man, you might have to go talk about JD. And I was like, Jay Dilla, who's the producer, yeah, and I was like, man, I didn't know if I wanted to go there. But when he said it, I was like, I guess I might have to go there. And then another thought came to my mind. I need to talk about No ID and our relationship, like, and our friendship and how it went apart. So this song talks about how me and No ID and this guy Twilight Tone, we came up together and we were all together, knew each other and working together. And then at a certain point for me, I felt like I had to grow, and I left and went to New York, and it like disconnected us, and our relationship went sour, and we just, you know, wasn't cool and wasn't working together, and then things got rough. And then how we came back together now, you know, and I say rewind that, now we back doing our thing and we bringing it back to Chicago. So, but then the second verse gets deeper because I'm talking about Jay Dilla and how, you know, he came to Chicago and how I first met him, and you know, and he came to Chicago and gave me these beats. And then we started being real cool, and how I would go to Detroit and he'd go to the strip club. Then we became successful with our work. We did the light and things like that. Yeah. But then he got sick, and I told him to come move with me to LA. And he moved with me, and I was watching him getting sicker. And in the song I talk about how it was hard for me to like see him, to see him, you know, even come home, because you feel guilty. It's a guilty thing you feel when you see your friend dying. You coming home healthy, and I talk about this TV stand he bought that was like a gift he bought me while he was sick, and I never used it, and I regret I didn't use it. And I talk about rewinding it and like saying, I mean, I'm telling the whole song, but then I say at the end, like I talk about how when I get the Grammy, I'm gonna put it on that TV stand. You know what I'm saying? Like it was something, man, because with me, when I wrote that song, after I wrote that song, that was the first time I felt like I could put up a picture of JD in my house. Cause it was real, like it was a sore place, you know, that whole, you know, just thinking how JD had passed and, you know, things, just that friendship.
Wow, it's even that long. You would think it took you a while.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, healing takes some time, bro. You
no
know
doubt.
What I mean? And it's like,
so reconciling getting 100 with No ID, he was behind, you guys connected with him right before Dreaming the Believer album, right?
Yeah.
So how did you guys come together? How did you guys reunite?
Man, it was like going to the studio. He would be working with Ye, and then we'd be around each other. We had to, you know, kind of get a feel for each other again. Like, no, you know, like, man, like, it was just one of those things where, like, man, come on, man, I know you since 4th grade, but we ain't been around each other a long time, so where we at? Like, where you at? And, like, we ain't discussed how all that stuff that happened. but it just started flowing naturally. It wasn't like we forced it. Yeah. And then it was like, one thing that he kept doing was like, man, let's make some music. Like, and he one of those people for me as a friend, and as somebody I create with. Like he reminds me of where I come from. Like, you know, like he like, come on now, come on Ross, you know, I know what you used to do like in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It like, I seen you, I know the things, so don't give me that. He always say to me, man, just because you've been to the White House and you know, you doing films don't mean you can't rap like, you know, don't be giving me that I go to the White House rap. You know what I'm saying?
T with the pinky.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta just bring it, man.
But that was crazy. I feel like that album is slept on a little because of the Drake conflict kind of overshadowed a little bit. Do you agree with that? Like, I feel like that was a great album, and I think sometimes the other stuff overshadowed it.
I think the Drake conflict definitely had some overshadowing it. I also think we didn't go out and promote it. I didn't go out and promote it. Like,
why didn't you? You didn't feel right?
I was just like, I was honestly more focused on doing like film work and acting, and so I wasn't committing my time to it. I remember we had like the Tonight Show booked for a performance, and I got this movie, and it was like I had to pull out of the Tonight Show performance of a song just to do the movie, and it was like, I think it was a signal to the label that my commitment was more to movies than it was to music, and that was a true statement at that point. Yeah. Yeah.
But now this feels rewarding because it's different.
Yeah, it's different, man. This I'm like, look, I'm all in 110% into this music, my music, and promoting the music, and I feel the music. I'm energized by the music, and like
you feel like the timing is right too.
Yeah,
right?
The timing is right, man. Chris Rock told me something about he was like, man, why y'all rappers, when y'all start acting, man, your albums go down. He's like, man, every rapper, he was blunt with like Ice Cube, you, da-da-da, like, man, my raps ain't got worse, bro. You know, my raps is better now. I actually believe I have a future now, like in music. Yeah. But to sustain that feeling and feel like, man, and have that hunger. It's a hunger that's there in the creating of this album that I don't think I had in the Dream of the Believer.
You've been in it for the long haul. Might get 10 more albums?
Yeah, bro. I might. That's what I'm saying. I might get 10 more albums.
Thank you, Calm. I appreciate you, homie.
I appreciate you, bro. Peace. Definitely.
Man, it's too hot. We're out of here. I want to thank Common for taking the time. Are you in favor of his new musical direction? Was signing with No ID's label of Def Jam the right move? And what are your thoughts about the violence that's going on in Chicago? Subscribe to youtube.com, Jay-Z's Life and Times. Hit us up on Twitter at Life and Times. Hit me up at Elliott Wilson and leave your comments. It's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and that's the truth.
I'm gonna go get, the best interior designer. I'm not gonna try to do it all. I have gotten some of the best music for myself because it's just bonding with the producer and letting them be them.
But speaking of bonding, I mean, this is all about No ID, this collaboration. Yeah, and I know he also inspired, you guys are both from the Chi, and obviously heavy in your hearts is what's going on out there. So why did you guys fully decide to make a whole project addressing it? I mean, obviously you can make a song or two, but to go all in and really make it a concept behind it, why did it lead to that?
It came from just a discussion, us talking, and I realized that, man, like the music, we do music. We had an opportunity, 10 albums deep, and he is executive. He produced with Jay and Kanye. We've been having this opportunity. I realized from my conversation, I got to do more to give back. Like, I got to give back for real. When there's people in my city that's getting shot up and killed, and people ain't got jobs, and I think I ain't really gave back in a way that I've been having my foundation, I've been doing stuff, and I go speak to kids. I care about my city, but I ain't gave back like putting new artists on from Chicago, or even, like this album is like man, my album, I'm all in. Like, I got Lil Herb on it, this girl Dreezy, and then my man Malik Youssef, who always did work with me, but even my album covers is like Lil Bibby, King Louis, G Count, Lil Herb. I ain't even on one of the, like, it's several covers. It's just like a way for me to give back to them, like, and say, hey man, you know, I'm one with y'all, like.
You've always, from the moment when you put Can I Borrow a Dollar, you used to talk about your upbringing. He stays connected to hip hop's new generation. Walk with me, man, it's the truth. Man, it's the truth, man. I got Common here.
Yes, sir. What's up, bro?
What's up, baby? Ain't seen you in a minute.
Bro, Ski, I'm good. How you doing?
I gotta congratulate you, man. We're about this longevity thing, man. 10 albums.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro. No ID actually been mentioned in our listening sessions, and I'm like, man, that is something to be happy about and, you know, be grateful for. Yeah. But I mean, I will say though, I'm like one of them guys that's like, man, you can only deal with the present, really, like, you know.
Yeah, you don't dwell too much on the past nostalgia.
Yeah, that's stuff, because ultimately it's people that you could say, okay, this person classic, but I want to be present.
I think the one thing you do that's very brilliant is if you look at your discography, a lot of times artists get caught up in ego to me, like they've had success and it's like they always want to be their own executive producer and everything. Yeah. You always tend to get with different producers, and it's real partnership in each one of your albums. Like, why have you always continued to take that approach?
The producers I hook up with, I mean,
they're some of the best.
They some of the best. That's what I'm saying. So they some of the best.
Kanye,
so it's like
No ID,
Kanye, No
Pharrell,
ID, Jay Dilla, Pharrell.
Yeah.
You know, the Questlove from the Roots. Like, these are people that are masters. I don't even have the right to be like, yo, trying to produce. Why I'm sitting next to somebody that great on the production side. I'm a believer, like, man, if you building a house, so I'm gonna go get the best plumber, the best electrician. What's people that you could say, okay, this person classic, but I want to be present and have that hunger. It's a hunger that's there in the creating of this album. The music went to another level. Not only was the music powerful, but Ye is a marketing man. He's a marketing genius.
Hey, it's Elliott Wilson from Rap Radar, and this is the truth. To maintain longevity in this business, you have to adapt and evolve with the ever-changing times. And today's guest knows how to do that well. He's built a 20-year-plus successful career. On his 10th studio album, Com pays homage to his hometown. Nobody's Smiling isn't just a collection of dope hip-hop, but it really addresses the ongoing violence in the community he came from. I'm gonna talk to Com today about how he hopes his art will inspire change in the world. I'm gonna talk about his relationship with longtime producer executive No ID and how he